Larry Green doing something we'll tell you about in a few minutes. Steve Anderson here. Weird weather today. Warm, windy. Of course, as soon as the sun goes down, it cools off.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it just amazes me.
Sorry, Peter. He's gotten me many times. Winds tonight, the topic of conversation in many areas. Gusts up to 45 miles an hour from our weather watcher Walt Hensrud in Commerce City. 52 miles an hour from weather watcher Carol Johnson in Boulder, but we've had reports of up to 80-some miles an hour in Boulder today. 44 in Longmont from Dean Rupert. It goes on and on, really, but at Stapleton, the highest gust was 36. Fort Collins has had high winds. Squaw Mountain, even right now, winds blowing over 50 miles an hour. All right, let's get into our temperature outside. 32, even freezing. We had a high today of 54 and a low this morning of 24 degrees. 61% the relative humidity, wind southwest at 5. The barometer is falling right now to 9.70. This is an 8 o'clock update on the air quality. Good, and 43 the index number. That's real good air you're breathing tonight. And nothing showing up on the radar picture. No precipitation, at least on the eastern plains. We have picked up some snow in the mountains today. The national radar picture shows what's been going on in Utah. Some light snow, some more over the northern Rockies. Rain and snow kind of mixed in this area here. And back east, not a lot going on, but some rain, even in the moderate categories. You can see by our key here, blue showing up in the central Atlantic coast sections. The satellite picture indicates something weird going on. Look at this line here. We have strong upper-level winds creating clouds on the west side, but not so much on the east. Snow in the mountains, the most I've heard of, 6 inches in Steamboat today. They have really picked up the snow in the past 4 or 5 days or so. And up at 18,000 feet, this is what's creating all of our wacky weather, Peter and Bob. We've got these strong upper-level winds coming right over Colorado. And as they come over the state, they change weather from one part to the next. Here's Grand Junction, and here is Denver. All right, well, here again are these upper-level winds blowing around. The mountains, of course, push those winds up and over the top. And as that happens, these winds get into colder regions as they go higher. That cold air can't hold the moisture, so clouds form. We get some snow. Well, as that wind also continues uphill, it cools on the upslope side, but on the downslope side, 3 things happen. They dry out. Relative humidities today were like 18% in Denver. No clouds can form on this side when it dries out. It speeds up. Well, you've had an indication of that, and heats up today. Good indication of how this works. 36 for high in Grand Junction today. This wind, as it moves up, cools at about 3.5 degrees per 1,000 feet, but as it comes back down, it heats up at about 5.5 degrees per 1,000 feet. So more heating than cooling. 36 in Grand Junction, 54 the high temperature today in Denver. Tomorrow around the country, a little change in the weather. We'll get some light snow over Colorado. It'll continue for much of the northwest, but that high pressure area and that low pressure area will combine. Clockwise flow around the high, counterclockwise around the low. Winds will come from the north tomorrow instead of the west, but they'll still be pretty heavy as they get squeezed in between those two systems. 30s in the northern plains today, a little warmer in Kansas City with 58. Just look around here. A few areas with some nice temperatures today, like Dallas and Miami Beach. Weather watcher temperatures, 40s, 50s around, 57 in Englewood, the warm spot, 49 from Dine Groves and Lakewood, that one of the cooler readings. Here's some more temperature readings, 50s. As you get into the mountains, much cooler today with 30s. Ralph Reiner had a high of 17 today in Echo Lake. Here's the interesting thing with temperatures. Remember what we said? Cooler in the west, 30s and 40s out here. Warmer in the east, these with 50s and 60s today. So pretty nice day in eastern Colorado if you can take the wind out there. Here's a forecast for tomorrow out in the west. Partly cloudy, lows tonight, highs tomorrow. Just scattered showers out in the west tomorrow. For the mountains, a travel advisory tonight and tomorrow. And this is mostly for blowing snow up there, although 4 to 8 inches could be seen by the time it's over tomorrow. 20s for highs, eastern Colorado highs in the 40s and partly cloudy. Here's your Denver forecast right now. And tonight, a high wind warning is in effect for the foothills from Colorado Springs to the Wyoming border, actually. A low of 22 tonight. And as you move on through the 5-day forecast for Thursday, doesn't look bad. Partly cloudy tomorrow, 40 for a high, 18 for a low. Partly cloudy Friday, same thing for Saturday, and we're going to stay in the 40s throughout the week, so really not much change. And the National Weather Service outlook for December through February calls for temperatures slightly below normal this winter here in Denver and precipitation about normal. So we have taken you now right through the winter.
Very quickly put you on the spot. Kansas City, very cold Sunday for the Broncos.
Kansas City will be probably pretty nice.
Not as bad as last year. Wasn't it last year? It was so horrible.
Freezing.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, if it was bad last year, better this year.
It was terrible. Okay, thanks, Steve.
You heard it here.